Hey everybody, I want to talk a little bit about some people that I watch on YouTube and what they call themselves is vloggers with a V. If you don't know what a blog is, and I realize a lot of people may not know what a blog is, even though the word's been around for a while, is a blog is simply someplace where you can write stuff. A lot of people have blogs on their websites. WordPress is a great, in fact, WordPress started out as a blogging um, blogging structure, a content management system framework. That's the word I was looking for, was framework. But there's a lot of vloggers out there right now, and a lot of them are really, really good. And I find myself getting really waiting for the next vlog, which is really kind of strange because I'm not that kind of person that sits around and watches what somebody else is doing. In fact, it's probably the last thing in the world I think of myself as doing. But when you become entertained by somebody, and a lot of these people are really, really quite funny. One of them that I listen to, his name is Trucker Josh. He's a Canadian truck driver, and he always starts his vlogs with "Morning, folks, morning, folks." He's got the Canadian accent. I just find it really interesting to listen to. So I follow him quite often, and and you don't really realize about truckers is that these guys live a pretty hard life. Everything we get comes to us, more or less through a truck most of the time. And when you're on the road, you only get paid for those out times when you're driving. You don't get paid for the time when you're setting. So, you drive from, maybe we're in San Diego. You drive from San Diego to Phoenix. You get paid for that time you're on the road. But when you're sleeping in Phoenix, getting ready to get up again and drive on into Texas or someplace, you don't get paid for that time. Or if the truck breaks down, you don't get paid. Or, all this time you literally have to spend away from your family or away from your house. A lot of that time you just spent, eating or sleeping, and you don't get paid for it. So I like watching those videos because it's interesting, the lifestyle they lead and the sacrifices they have to make to do that. So yeah, I find them very interesting. Plus, this guy's just funny. He's entertaining. He's just a funny guy, and I don't think he realizes how entertaining he is. So I'm like, get used to watching him. Another vlogger I like to watch is I think it's How Farming Works, and it's a kid up in Wisconsin. His name's Ryan, and he just goes through how farming works, how to drive a tractor, how corn harvest works. He even sold some corn the other day on the markets, and I found it interesting because I grew up on a farm. I farmed for quite a few years of my life, so it's kind of interesting to look back on it and see how it, how it really hasn't changed much, and kind of perspective of it after you've been away from it for a while. Because I know when you get caught up in that mentality of farming, that's all you think about. You don't think about anything else. You don't think about what else you could do. But it's another hard life. But I want to bring those two things up because vlogging, vlogging with the V video, is a very interesting tool that anybody can use. Because once, and like I'm giving the examples, once you start watching somebody, you find that person interesting, and you actually wait for the next vlog to go up. So it's a great way to connect with people. And I'm sure, from watching these vloggers, they connect to people all over the world. People send them stuff, they call them, they meet up with them when they go to places like VideoCon that's up, was just taking place. I think it just got over with in Anaheim. So this is a new way of communicating with people, a new way of getting your message out, a new way of connecting, a new way of having people learn about you learn about people, and exchange ideas and activities and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's an amazing thing, and if you're not taking advantage of it, I would encourage you to do that. And also to watch other people's YouTubes. Some people just are entertaining and they don't even know they're entertaining. They're not famous and they're entertaining. They're more entertaining than the famous people. There's a lot of people with a lot of God-given talent out there, and if they just get on YouTube or start a channel or do something and start putting themselves out there, just who they are, the real reality, you'd be surprised how many people you connect up with. So anyway, I'll put those two YouTube channels in the down below. So if you want to check them out, you can check them out. Two that I watch. So thanks. I appreciate you listening. Thanks a lot.